I'm going to be going over 5 of the most controversial thoughts on mobile mechanics. The very first one is quality control. There's skepticism from people regarding quality control. Can they do complex jobs without a shop? Now, what I have to say with this is you really got to look at the reviews of the people. Also, feel out their character. If when the mobile mechanic pulls up, you need him to do a particular repair, does he say, yeah, I can do it, but I mean, it's going to take me a long time. I'm not really sure how to charge. If he seems like unsure, then I wouldn't go with that guy. I wouldn't go with him because 9 times out of 10, maybe he just doesn't want to tell you that I'm not good enough or I've never done it before. Or even if you've never done it before, I'm not sure I can get it done. So that's my opinion on quality control. The second one is professionalism and trust. Are they just shade tree guys? So this is where, for me, the social media piece comes in. Professionalism and trust. Is there a track record of the person that you're about to use? I'm not talking about just, I got my uncle and my cousin, they've used them. Well, that's good, but on top of that, is there videos of this guy? Is there pictures of him doing whatever repairs he says he can do? Does he have social media page showing all these different repairs that he's doing? I mean, that right there is really going to tell me, is this guy a fluke or does he really kind of know what he's doing? I got to see some kind of visual evidence. When it comes to that, the only person I'm going to put my faith in without physically seeing him is Jesus Christ, literally. Other than that, if you say you can do something, or if you say that you've been doing electrical work, mechanic work, plumbing work, why don't you have any pictures of what you do? You don't have any videos of what you do? No houses, no cars, nothing? But you do this all the time? It's a little bit fishy to me as a mobile mechanic, and it should be fishy to you. Alrighty, now number 3 is going to be concerns about pricing and fairness. Hidden costs versus shops. Okay, now I've been dealing with this now since 2018. I believe that mobile mechanics should be more expensive than shops because it's more convenient for the consumer. I believe that mobile mechanics should be more expensive than shops because it's more convenient for the customers. So what if there's less overhead? They're coming to you, right? When you pay for Uber Eats, you pay Uber the price of the food and you also pay extra for it being delivered, okay? Which means that it's a little bit more expensive for the convenience. So if the guy can get the job done, then I believe that it should be more expensive. Now, is it that way? No, not all the time. Typically, mobile mechanics are actually cheaper than shops. Now, if it's a reputable mobile mechanic, like he has a business, he has evidence that he does what he says he can do, I believe that price should be very close to a shop. Maybe a little less, sometimes maybe a little more. Typically, shops are more expensive because they have higher overhead. Now, a person like me, I don't have my shop anymore, but I do still have overhead. I have a yard, I have tons of vehicles at the yard, I pay rent over there, and I do mobile mechanic work. So my prices are going to be a little bit closer to what shop prices are. It's still going to be coming out super quality. I got Google reviews, over 160 5-star social media pages from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Yelp, US Directory, LLC, everything. So my price is going to be a little bit higher. So when it comes to pricing and fairness, the fairness side is, can we flex a little bit? I believe that we can flex a little bit. If I tell you that I can change your radiator for $250, you say, I got 220. If I want to, I can take that. I tell you what, bro, 220 is fine. You supply the parts. Now, you don't have to, but that doesn't have to be done. But there's some flexibility that comes in with dealing with mobile mechanics. Do they always flex? No. Do they have to? No. Can they? Yes. Right? But you don't go to Walmart or Jiffy Lube and ask them to flex on their price. But that happens in a mobile mechanic game. That's the pricing and fairness side of it. Now, number four, tools and parts, whether they have the adequate tools and parts. Every mobile mechanic that comes out to do a particular repair should have the tools that they need to do the repair. So, for example, if you call out a mobile mechanic to come and diagnose your vehicle, after he diagnoses the vehicle, if it isn't a motor swap or a transmission swap, he should be able to fix the car. Otherwise, he really shouldn't charge for the diagnostic. Now, that's just how I do it. I know everybody doesn't do that, okay? Now, me personally, at Puro Mobile, I'm not going to come to your house. I haven't figured anything out, and I'm going to say, that's going to be $120. Sorry, couldn't figure nothing out. I'm not going to do that. What I'd rather do is be like, look, I've been here for an hour and a half. I can figure out this issue, but it's not going to be worth my time to be here for 5 to 6 hours to figure this out for $120. So there's a couple options here. I'm either going to charge you X amount more to figure this out because this is a bigger issue than when I was initially thinking or what we initially thought, or I won't charge you anything and you can go ahead, find somebody else, or take it to a shop. Now, I can figure it out, but it's not going to be as cheap as I originally said it was because there's more issues going on. Now I leave the ball in your court. You can figure it out from there. I believe that automobile mechanics should do that. Now, a lot of times, auto mechanic come out, get a diagnosis fee, and says, hey, look, this is the problem, but I can't do it. Your car is not starting because of the starter, but I can't change it. All you got to do is get somebody to come out here and change it. Well, if it's not starting and you're confident with your diagnosis, why don't you change the starter? Okay? That's my thing. Why would I go off of your diagnosis, but you won't fix it? That don't make no sense. If I tell you that this car ain't starting because the fuel pump is bad, I'm going to change the fuel pump. And then if I make you buy the fuel pump, I change the fuel pump. I'm charging you $350 in labor. If it doesn't fix it, but I'm not going to charge you the labor. You just going to be out on the parts. And I'm going to look like an idiot because my dad, I thought it was a fuel pump, but I'm not going to charge you for a misdiagnosis. I know everybody don't do that. They don't do that at the shop. That's not how you make money as a mechanic. But that's how I got so good at being a mechanic from effing up on diagnosis. I don't mess up on a diagnosis very often no more. If I can't figure it out in an hour and a half, I'm going to tell you I need more time. I'm going to come back. Or you can find someone else. It's taking me longer. You got larger issues. Or it's going to be a little bit more. And I'll tell you that. And if I tell you it's something, like a fuel pump, I'm going to change it out. If it fixes it, 90% of the time, if I say it's that, it's going to fix it. If it doesn't fix it, hey, don't worry about the labor. We'll get back to this. You're out the part money. But hey, I'm still saving you money. Because you would have went somewhere else. They would have told you the same thing I told you. Still hit you over the head with the 350 and then said, let's check this and that out. Okay? I don't operate like that. And that's really the reason why I get a lot of business and I stay busy year round, even during the winter time. Now, I know I went off on a rant, but that's how it is. So so one of the last ones, it says pressure tactics and urgency. Some feel pressured by mobile mechanics using fear-based language. It's unsafe to drive, leading to a controversial debate on whether it's genuine urgency or sales tactic to bypass second opinions or price comparisons. Now, if you feel that you need a second opinion, get the second opinion. So what if you had to pay extra for the second opinion? You will save yourself some money in the long run from going with the first opinion of an idiot trying to upsell you on something you didn't need. Now, if I go and do your repair, if I do your diagnostic, I'm going to tell you, look, it's going to be this or this. Now, this is what I will say. I would say replace this sensor first. Let's not do the big repair because it may not fix it. Let's start on the small end, do the small repair first, and work our way to the big one so that you can gauge whether it's going to be worth it or not for you to fix it. Because if your motor is sounding like crap, right, and you think you need a new motor or whatever, but you got a couple codes going on that could be catering to this noise, I would say, hey, before we replace your motor, let's change this sensor and that sensor. I'll charge you this much. If that doesn't fix it, we can move on from there. It takes longer, but it's going to save you more money. I'm going to do it at your house. We're going to knock it out every single day or whenever we schedule it. That is the best way I can give people the best cars to deal with in life. If you want to take your car to the shop, we can change everything at once and charge you $4,000 and you still have a problem. We could do that. But I don't even want to do all that work. It ain't worth all, like, that money ain't worth it to me to be scratching my head for so long. I might as well just give you the best deal on, hey, look, change this first. We'll see if that works. If it doesn't, we'll move on from there, okay? Don't rack your brain on all these scenarios. One thing at a time, and then we'll move from there, okay? That's what I got for y'all on these 5 most, according to Google, controversial debates when it comes to mobile mechanics. Make sure that y'all like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We go live Monday through Saturday doing real life repairs, showing you guys how to repair your dang vehicle. You can fix it at your house. We go live on YouTube and TikTok Monday through Saturday around 10, 11, 12. Just follow the page, subscribe. You'll get pinged every time we go live. We do everything from body work to motor swaps and transmissions. You get to see it all. There's no fluff, no YouTube magic. The real deal Holyfield. I appreciate y'all. Puro Mobile, we are out.